everyone, I'm Roberto Coscia, and in this video I will show you Cline AI in action. This is a bit different from the previous video because while before I shown you the introduction on Cline AI and how to work the extension itself, today we will see it in action. To do that, I found a project to build on from scratch, which is the Apulia Events Web Scraper. What I've done is creating a mind map in xmind.ai to give me a bit awareness of what we want to build, the technology I want to build, the backend, the the way to test it, the way to I want to use the AI, some kind of thoughts, just some general idea in order to then give it to ChatGPT and create a rule file to attach to this project. That's what exactly I did. I shared this in PDF format or an SVG format because the other formats are you need to pay the membership to be able to export on them. And basically, what I did, I went to ChatGPT, to Claude, the MD file, which is the rule file, then refined a few things, and eventually I went to Cline, I went to the project rule, which is this, and I copy pasted here. This is to give some context about what I want to build, and yeah. Another thing you could do as best practice is to add the documentation. So you to write the URL of the documentation and to add them in many of the AI coding tools. This is possible to be done. I'm not sure if here is possible. It should, because it is possible into every single one. I just have to learn it. You can add context, the file and images, MCP servers, client rules, okay, the docs, and okay, the workflows, the rules. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you know if you can add the documentation like you can do in Try AI, for example. Or maybe he just understands it automatically in some way. Would be this curious because it's something useful to add. For example, if I want to build an app in TypeScript, I can add the documentation so it will follow the documentation while building to make sure the best practices are always performed. So once I added the general and the project rules, I can then start prompting. In this case, I'm using Claude Sonnet, which is and not the ChatGPT 5 because I didn't find myself well with GPT-5 to be honest. I don't think it's better. Actually, I think it's worse GPT-5 than Claude 4. So I advise you to use that. And use the plan mode if you want to add some specific things to be done and create a plan of tasks to be performed. Use act mode if you want to start developing. When you use act mode, make sure to start developing the first task possible. So maybe we can focus on the navbar and the footer at the beginning. For example, let's ask build the navbar of this Flutter app and make Flutter app and make sure. Okay, then let's start with the navbar and the footer and a placeholder for the call to action for now. Make sure the UI UX resemble Apulia events and Apulia tradition. I don't know what that means. We leave the creativity of the AI to figure it out. And I will just start. Now, this it will take some time to build the application, but you can see I want to show you how this works under the hood. I noticed that it's a bit faster than GPT-5, to be honest. It asks you to run the command. I believe you can add the auto prove and you can select. So for a moment, I will run the command like this, but I definitely would wish to add an auto mode. I believe that this is I need to, okay, I believe that it should, with this setting on, should do all automatically. Okay, guys, we'll show you when it finished. By the way, look how it is developing the website right now automatically without me touching anything. Okay, guys, I want to show you how it is going the development. First, showing you something interesting. You can see here on top of the screen showing what it's actually doing right now and how much credits it is using to do this task. We can see that it's using Cloud, and it has how many tokens is using, how many cache, and what is building, what is left to be built. And you can see here all the requests that is performing. You can see here how much credit is using um, in dollars to perform this task. And you can also see that it developed the first part of the application in actually few minutes, and you can see how the application, which is meant to be for a phone, but we're testing it now in Chrome, how beautifully it has been done already. This is the navbar, this is the footer, which is very, very beautiful, to be honest. It has been built totally by the AI without me giving any instruction on color, but just general instruction, as you saw at the beginning. And it is continue building the rest of the tasks as requested. We can see how beautifully the icons are shown. Well, I'm very satisfied about the application. Cline is delivering at the moment to what I asked, and I believe it will require some more time to complete the whole task. So we'll get back soon to analyze further if to give another task or to wrap up for now what we've been doing and the result. For the initial task, it is basically behaving very, very well. I'm really curious to see how it will behave with the integration with Google Drive and with the docs files to retrieve the URL and to consequently retrieve the website of events that which will display the application. I'm curious to see how the rule file will be followed. If the categories will be shown for the events, and if I will be able to search for events by category, and if I will be able to add events manually as an admin. So we'll give it a go further, and we'll go back with the final ideas and conclusions. Okay, after a few minutes, it has completed to develop the first part of the application. As you can see, it tells here what it has built in green, which is pleasantly looking. Is it looking good? And now I will proceed asking to continue building task rate based on the MD file, the rule file, individualizing what is the most appropriate task to proceed accordingly and step by step. So I will just do that, and then we'll run to the final conclusion when it completes this task, and we will see which progress the app will have, and go from there. Okay, guys, we're in the end. The app has been built interestingly to a degree that feels quite interesting. We have here the section for the next event, probably some UI issue to be fixed, but we have also division by category, and we have a few events. We have the Airbnb premium, which now is not filled. We have the beaches. We can even check if this, for example, actually exists. So we have the 23rd of August, an excursion on with the boat in Polignano. Let's see if there are major information. The link is not clickable at the moment. It's an example link, but let's see if the event actually exists. Porto Turistico Polignano, 23 August. Okay, wouldn't bet this event is actually fact-checked, but as a placeholder, we have this event. The application works functionally, but we don't know yet if the events are actually fact-checked. It's something we can check later. By the way, this has been built in only 10 minutes, 15 minutes maximum, which is great considering the complexity of the app that has been built so far. How do you find Cline? I found it quite an interesting. I really like Sonnet with 1 million context token. It feels really is understanding the project much better. Let me know what you have done better to make this application work best, and if you find yourself well with Cline, and or if you have AI coding tool that you're using that is giving you more satisfaction. Let me know in the comment. Consider to put a like, subscribe the channel, and push the notification bell. This will allow people to find easier content like this. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.